Hello everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a good Friday. And I hope out of everyone, only one person's life is metaphorically on fire. It's time to bubble. Oh, that was so good, Slick Duke. That would have been a good go live message. My brain is not here today. I had my coffee, chatted with my stepmom. Then I had some juice because these were on sale at Costco. And I really like these, but they're expensive and I only get them sometimes as a special treat when they're on sale at Costco. I just like juice. Like all juice. Grapefruit, especially. Orange. Mango. I want to make a joke, but only Chaz will get it. We're working on this today. He knows what joke I'm trying to make. Make it anyway. Onions. So we're doing water ripples, and what I need to do, besides read my alerts, is I want to paint some of these colors and like just fill, oh, not closed, this page on the left with those colors. So it's just the vibe of the painting, but I'm not going to spend time painting leaves and making it perfect. I just want the colors to fill the whole thing so that I can test ripples, because I think I know what I want to do. I think I had the colors right here, which was kind of like these blue-gray colors and then fading into white with maybe a little bit of like the burnt umber to make it slightly warmer. Just slightly warmer. But I really want to test it. So what I think I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to paint a bunch of colors over here, and then we're going to chill for a little bit. Maybe draw on this to like show where the bubbles are and the ripples are. And then we're going to test the ripples, and then we're going to paint them here. So it makes me super nervous. I do think I pushed, oh, that's not safe. The magnet on the iPad pulled my straight edge razor. Sorry, I had a Strava notification. Which is not important, but I have other important notifications I'm waiting on today. The magnet has a knife. Pick it back up. Ooh, now it has two. iPad shows violence. So those are the thoughts I have. They're all over the place today. So we have a 29-month resub from A Lost Vagabond, 28 months from Darkness Bride, 26 from Jacebook, 29 from the YOLP, and 29 from Dragon Girl. Thank you all for resubs this morning. We're going to move this, and I think I'm going to make myself a little list. Oh no, you have to stay on the plastic. You will adhere, because my brain's not there. So today's goal is to test water, draw water, paint water, and then we'll see how far we get by 2 o'clock. So we're gonna move you over here. It looks really good. I'm super happy with it. And like, I'm super happy with the needles. Like you can see how this one looks like it's twisting. And like a few of these look that way. Really happy with this. You're not gonna fall on me, are you? No. Actually, I shouldn't use this page, because that has someone else's drawing on it. We'll switch to this. All right. All I'm gonna do is put all of these colors back out on my palette. I cleaned it off before stream started. And we're just going to like take a brush and randomly put them on here. That's the plan. So, burnt umber, where did you go? You're the main color here. If I don't finish by 2, does the canvas turn into a pumpkin? No, that just means we work on this Monday. I'm feeling good about this painting. As you may or may not know, I do have a deadline. I'm submitting it to something. So I need to finish this because there's other stuff going on that I need to deal with. Also, there's like a single loose hair that's tickling my arm. All right, umber, sienna. Ooh, I almost broke this. I keep a backup because I did break one of these one time. And then I was like, oh no. And I have like one of those jar grippers somewhere. I don't use it anymore, but that's what I was using before I bought this. Deadline schmedlines. Yeah, well, I don't want to pull an all-nighter. That would suck. What else do I need? Cadmium. This is a very satisfying lineup of colors here, so I will be showing that off. Where is this loose hair? Can't do them anymore. I mean, I could. I would just want to cry. That would really suck. I was talking to one of my bike friends this morning, and she's like, did you get a chance to go out biking now that the heat broke? She's like, it's a little nicer outside. And I was like, not yet. I had allergy shot yesterday and could not. That's probably way too much ultramarine blue. I think that's all my colors. I might put a little bit of titanium white out because I'm almost done with this tube anyway. Just gonna stay inside another day. I'm going riding tomorrow with some people, and then Sunday with some people. Sunday will get to be mountain bike though, which is exciting. Not that I have a mountain bike, I just have something similar enough that I can still join them. It just means I don't have as much traction on my tires as they do. But I got to sit outside this morning on the patio when I was talking to Rhonda. All right, here's the very satisfying lineup of color. Isn't that fun? Rachel identifies as a mountain bike sometimes. She's in this weird middle zone between bikes that is a renaming of a vintage type of bike, and the vintage type of bike has gone on to become something else. So it's kind of weird. The blue looks out of place. Sure does. I probably didn't need that much. So our main colors are kind of like these guys right here, like the burnt umber to cadmium yellow. And then the orange just a little bit to bring in some of the more orangey colors, and the ultramarine is to make the umber darker, which is the dark color here. That was just this, even though you get no hints of blue on the canvas. So that's that. Oh no, chalk pastel. We just need a garbage brush. Garbage brush. Listen, when I'm waiting on this to dry, I can talk about where Rachel falls on the bike spectrum. This is going to be a pretty page of the sketchbook too, because I'm going to have all these colors. brown. It is going to curl the page, and that's fine. I probably should have done like just like this though, instead of just like vertical swatches. Yeah, I should have done that. That's fine. We'll just change it up a little bit. Okay, starting to freak out about the painting. You need to move away. I do have to do this twisting motion. And this is becoming way too much of this color. There's way more brown, dark brown. So we're gonna just switch. We don't need any more of this orange, but we could use some ochre. I'll bring more brown in at some point. A little bit of cat orange. And then I do have some of like these colors, so we're gonna add a little bit of those in. And then we're going to fill it in with more brown, because that is way more overwhelming of a color on the actual painting. And I have to bring the blue in too. Okay, that's kind of the vibes. It's a little more colorful than the actual painting, but that's okay. We have a 27-month resub from Gaxtronaut. Good morning. All right, well that dries, because we need that to dry a little bit. I can start by cleaning brushes, the only brush I used so far today. So things we can do. I need to draw on the actual painting where the bubbles and ripples go. So I have a good idea where the ellipse of the ripples sit. I Spy Moose says, I'm making haluski, a Polish dish that's egg noodles, cabbage, onion, bacon cooked in lots of butter, and baking mixed berry cobbler. That sounds delicious. I need to make or buy a dessert for Saturday. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I kind of wanted to make a tiramisu, which is not difficult, but we're gonna maybe see how the rest of the day goes before I decide if that's something I need to tackle tonight or not, because it would be best mixed today. Alright, that's drying. I'm gonna give that a few minutes, and then I'm gonna draw, and then we will test, and then we will apply. That's going to be the plan here. So let's talk about bikes. So, one of my bike friends actually made a PowerPoint about the different types of bikes and cyclists, and then what they're associated with, like how mountain bikers are pretty fearless and think roadies are like not very great, and roadies are like mountain bikers don't even bike fast. So it was a lot of that, and it was very fun. He showed it to me. But so like traditionally you kind of have like touring bikes or like commuter bikes, like what you'd see like in the Netherlands. And then you also kind of have like road bikes, which are like speed racing bikes, and then you have mountain bikes. So in the 90s, mountain bikes looked a certain way, and then they kept evolving to have full suspension front and back, which is what a modern mountain bike looks like. But if you look at mountain bikes from the 90s, they've kind of taken that and made that its own subgroup, and that is a gravel bike, which is what my bike is. But my bike has tires on it that make it slightly more road bike, so they're like smoother and not as like knobby to hold the gravel. So like my bike can kind of function as a mountain bike, gravel bike, but it's like also slightly more road bike. So it's kind of in this weird middle zone. And I could get like knobbier tires to put on if I wanted to do more mountain bike stuff. And I could get smoother tires to put on if I wanted to do more biking on road. Chess, or Steven, let's talk about bikes, my home every day. Listen. Excuse me, Mr. Camera Talk since 2009. Aggregated molecules. At least you haven't gotten the PowerPoint presentation yet. I could get that from him. My friend that made that. We have a 28-month resub from Brina VX. Good morning. Alright, this is still wet. I put the paint on pretty thickly. So my bike is snooty. My bike is all-purpose, and that's what I was looking for in buying a bike. When I was going to buy a bike, I was like, I want something that does a little bit more of everything, because some of the rides I was going on for groups were supposed to be road bike races, not races, road bike events. And sometimes the person who would lead them, who was a mountain biker every so often, they turned slightly into mountain bike events. And my little road tires on my little red Trek did not like that very much. It's like, let's go down this gravel hill and my tires are this wide. Like, the tiny road skinny tires. I was like, no. We can't do that. Listen, this is bad. Okay, I should sharpen this. Where is my bucket of sharpener stuff? Here it is. All-purpose seems ideal if you're not trying to be competitive. Yeah. It lets me do more on the bike, which is great. Siri, why do I have a notification from you on the iPad that lives in airplane mode? Why?
Okay, I found this.
No!
Why do I have a note?
I said her name. My phone was like, hey, you called. And then the iPad locked. Wonderful. Can I fit all three things up here? Yes, okay. So my plan is to draw the bubbles in. So they like, I mean, some of them kind of still exist, but not great. And then draw in some of these ellipses for the ripples so I can start to see them and where they sit. And like they overlap because there's like a big one here and then this one overlaps and they kind of make these not concentric but like interlocking rings. And that will help me start to place them when I start to do the water on top of this. So like when I drew this bubble originally, I drew it more from like a profile view instead of like its foreshortened view. So I need to kind of fix that also. And my plan, my hopeful plan that I'm going to test is to mixing a light blue-gray color, maybe a dark blue-gray color, and start to fill in the ripples and test it on these colors. And then work my way to some brighter colors by mixing more white into that for some of the areas where it's like super bright in the water. That's the plan. So we're gonna start by drawing the bubbles because they will kind of be anchor points through the painting. So it'll help me figure out what I need to do. So like this guy, like I said, is foreshortened and I originally didn't do it that way. So I'm trying to draw the whole bubble and then it gets this little ripple around it. And then this one doesn't really have a whole lot of concentric rings, but it has some. I don't know how well that shows up. Let's do this. Can we see my chalk line? Like here? That kind of is the outer curve of this ring. That's what I'm trying to draw in. And what I need is a little bit of water so I can erase if I have to. Actually, I don't like this one at all. The right side was good. The left side was not great. Oh, good morning. We have a 24-month resub from Jade. Here's paintbrush clicks for you for hitting 2. Oh my god. I know people have hit 2 already, but sometimes it hits me and I'm like, oh, we're at 24 months already for streaming. But I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, that bubble. People are talking about Polish food and now I want Polish food. So I also love golumpki. Like all of the Eastern European foods have cabbage rolls. But for me, like growing up, it was golblaki. But like there's like Czech and Polish and like a little bit of like some Russian sometimes. So like it's like all the same food. and it's kind of similar, so I know sometimes things get changed between each of those languages. Find the nearest Polish restaurant. I want to make those myself. It's been on my list of things to try cooking. All right, this bubble. This one is smaller. And this one I think is even more foreshortened. They're all pretty foreshortened in a way I didn't do before. That was a failing on me from like a month ago. But this one kind of gets some rings on the outer edge. We have a 29-month resub from Sakura Celica. That's the perfect emote. That's what I'm doing this morning. Tiny bubble here. And I'm not drawing every little tiny ripple in, but I'm just trying to give myself some points to, like I said, anchor everything. Because like this bubble doesn't have its own ripples, but it gets intersected by some right here. Can we start to see it build? I'm happy with it. What's the opposite of foreshortened? Forelengthened? Back shortened? That's a great question. I don't know. I should have started at the top. So I could have worked my way down, and now I don't have to worry about smearing this, because I like this. Because, like, I need to do this. Well, we're gonna start back up top. With this guy. That one is anchored. So So now we have this one. And some of these just don't have the ripples that they all have. I mean, not all. Some of them just don't have ripples. And I keep forgetting that. It's like I draw this and I want to start filling in ripples, but this one doesn't. That one. There is kind of one here. This one, and then tiny one. Okay, that's anchoring all of those points in. What happened on the side paper? Camera blurred. Okay, now I can draw in the rest of these ripples. And just kind of give myself an idea of where things are going to sit. Because like here is where we get not bubble, but we start to get like a ripple, like a perfect ripple. I think I'm foreshortening it too much. Lightly erase that. Give the canvas a second to dry. We're gonna just leave that alone to dry. We're gonna move over here and work on other ripples. That one, and then we get this one that intersects. Ooh, that's the wrong shape. Ooh. Hi. Sure, I'll show ya.
Yeah.
Okay, back to ripples.
Hi, everybody.
Enjoy your shower.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. There's so much going on in the stuff here that I don't think I'm gonna do all of them. We're gonna do the ones like I've drawn in and then a few I haven't. And then we're gonna kind of see how everything feels. And just kind of fill in based on vibes, I think. That said, I still need to kind of like overwhelm this area with ripples. Because this area is, oh God. Is the most empty. Like all of the highlights kind of sit in the dark area here. And then where the leaves sit across the top and then the bottom left, there's less of that. So I need to fill that in more. And this circle is just being very difficult. It's like good, good, good. No, this part just doesn't. There we go. It needed to come up there. Now we get a little ripple here. Oh, you can definitely see them way better now that I've drawn a bunch in. Hi, Haley. Paint? We got any painters here? None. This one doesn't want to behave. And then here, this one I can probably do the other. Okay. That is all the drawing. So you can kind of see where the ripples are gonna sit. They're gonna be more than just those lines, but that's the flow of where they sit. I do wish I would have asked for water before he jumped in the shower. So let's see, is this dry yet? This part isn't. This is my test for those of you that were coming in a little bit late. These are all the colors I used on this so that I could test what color I want the water ripples to look like and exactly the technique I want to do and apply those with. It's Friday, ask for a cocktail. Maybe later. I do have Odyssey tonight. So yeah, I do want to test color and technique with like how I'm applying the ripples, and then we can move over to this and do that. Make Odyssey more fun. Oh, don't fall, iPad. You have to not fall. How about you actually just move over here? And you live there, and you live there, and you live here for now. Plenty of time to get sober in the middle if you day drink. Don't do this. Yeah, there's a lot of bad influences here on that. Okay. Now my thought is a dark blue-gray color. But who's the worst, Vagabond asks. And I think I'm going to stick with ultramarine because that is the base of the dark brown in the painting. Everything that looks black is ultramarine blue on brown. So if I stick with that, then I'm harmonizing in my colors. Haley, I'm the kind of person your mom's warned you about. Haley knows that my mom adores her. She'll be like, how's that Haley doing? Or if I mention Haley, she'll be like, I really like Haley. Gotta avoid cutting myself with that. Alright, so blue by itself, blue and white together, are way too saturated for this. So if I just like lighten this up, like this blue, way too saturated. Like that, not pretty. Not pretty at all. We need to tone that down. So opposite of blue is orange, and I think burnt sienna. That's not where that goes. Oh, that's pencil shavings, not water. You need to move. Burnt sienna, which is this color, is orange. Haley said, I offered to help once during a party for Mal, and that somehow endeared me forever. Yeah. At my college graduation party, Haley was like, let me get these plates or whatever. And my mom was like, none of your other friends ever cleaned up. And I'm like, yes, they would? Like, but it was like her first time meeting Haley, maybe? And so it was just like, oh, this new friend of yours, even though Haley and I were like friends for 3 years by this point. I don't know. Haley's like, I was just Midwestern. I feel like we'd all do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something that's stuck in my mom's head. And then she's just like, that Haley. And like, yeah, Haley's great. I knew that. But my mom just like really appreciated that, I guess. Oh, this is way better. Okay. I like this color much better. So this color probably too dark right now, but also I'm using zinc white, which is transparent. Which may not be the call here, but that's why we're doing a test. Haley said the meanest thing my dad's mom ever said about someone was, she's just not very helpful. How do I feel about this color? I don't like this brush very much, I can tell you that. So I know this isn't exactly where I want this to be. It's too dark, but that is on purpose because what I can do is I can then go into a lighter version of this color with more zinc white, or titanium as it might need to be, and just highlight even more. Some of these ripples. Because white by itself is going to be way too overwhelming. And like this will be zinc and not titanium. But like that by itself, like if I start to do this, it's just too much. It's sitting on top, it's not integrating itself into the painting. So we have to use it sparingly and build towards it. But I do not like this brush. We need something better. What brush though? This one? Am I gonna go back to my trusty filbert I've been doing everything on this painting with? Or what else? This is a bigger round. It might be too big. Yeah, the green one's too big. You might be just as big. I'm thinking of starting with the big one, which is the silver one with the blue bristles, moving to the center one, which is the medium size, and then moving to the filbert, which is the white handle. And it's really about the same size, but the filbert is a lot stiffer, so I can do sharper lines with it. This might be the play here. Is that what I want to do? What about this guy? Where does this fall? About the same. And this is a garbage brush. I dislike it. And what about my big brushes? This is brand new, so I have to break it and get all of that sizing off. Ooh, that's a lot. Did you guys see all that stuff fly through the air? Let's wash that. This is something that they put on new brushes to help keep them stiff and not get ruined in transit. It's water soluble. It's like starch that you'd put on clothes when you iron to keep them from wrinkling. Or to keep them like stiff if you're doing like a shirt collar. This one's not bad. Okay. Okay, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with a new brush. And I'm gonna do like the ripples themselves with that on my darkest blue-gray to start to build that. And then I'm going to do that with a glaze with this brush because this one's very soft and kind of go over some of it to make just some of the areas wider instead of like a sharp line. And then I can move to my smaller brushes and do stronger detail where it's like sharper on the ripples on some of them into my lighter blue grays. And I think I'm happy with the ultramarine umber mix, or sienna mix. I keep screwing up sienna and umber. I do want to see it with umber though. Let's do that. And then we will test the actual application of brushes. See, this is the make or break point in the painting, which has made me nervous, and something I've thought about a lot. And I've been like, when I get to this part of the painting, if this doesn't work out, it's going to not be very good. There may be some crying. I also want to try this with titanium white and see how I feel about it. If you can, I know you can do it. If I can survive a horrible day of work, I know you can do this justice. This is the part, like, I seriously have been worried about. And sometimes I get here in a painting and it's like, okay, is this going to work out? Good, that's more of a neutral. Is it not? How's it going to look? Will it go smoothly? Will I basically be battling a canvas? Or will it just turn out? And I don't know sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I've painted an aurora before, it'll be fine. Or a Milky Way, or trees, or at this point, rocks I'm much more confident in. But water ripples, don't quite know yet. That needs more blue. So right now I'm looking at burnt umber with ultramarine versus burnt sienna with ultramarine. How do I feel about the resulting mixture? That's the sienna. That is the umber. I'm kind of thinking the umber because there's not as much sienna in the painting as I think there is. And umber would be more harmonizing. They're not that much different, to be honest, though. They're pretty similar. I think I just have more blue in the sienna mix. All right, let's do a little bit of brush testing. Spinning brushes. Okay, let's try and paint a full ripple. So I didn't draw it on this. I probably should have. On a lot of these, we kind of only get the right, like there's a line going through, where on the left side of the ripple, we see the inner part of that wave, and on the right side, we see the outer part of the wave. Okay, now I know you can't see that very well because it's quite dark, but now we can start to build on that. Maybe not with this brush. Probably shouldn't have used this brush. But that's why we're doing this test. I think I went too fast into the white color, and that's okay. Because we do need to soften some of these highlights a little bit. And I might have gone too blue and maybe need to make it less blue. Because if I add more of the umber into this, it makes it more purpley. And it feels more natural and less saturated. It's more of a neutral gray color, really. And it's still hints of blue. That's looking good. I do like the sharpness of this, but this is not necessary on every single ripple. Because I can start to build that here if I really want to or need to. But I think it's a lot. So I should avoid doing that until I have kind of everything done the same, and then bring that in sporadically, like especially on the bubbles, and then maybe a ripple or two. I think that would really soften things. And I have to remember, every one of these is crescent moon shaped. So like if I do one more ripple up here, So if this is like, say it's the bubble, that's really bad because it's really transparent right this second. I didn't get enough paint. This one is going to be crescent moon shaped. So it's really pointy on the points here. And then the center is the widest part. And then this one is going to do the same, where it's super wide in the middle and then get pointy as it loops around. Not necessarily like a crescent moon, but like thin on the end, thicker in the middle, and then pointy again on the outside. Kind of like so. Okay. I think we've done it. Oh, I'm nervous. All your rings look like they're laying in water except one that looks like a bullseye. This one? That one is the one that's a little off. That is the one I like the least. God, I wish I had water. Do I have water on my desk? I also need to mix up my actual color instead of just like grabbing paint so it's changing throughout the piece. I want it to be similar. So let me check for water on my desk. Nope. Great. Right above it? This one? Or this one, or that one? So let's see. Bubble is 1, this one is 2, and this one is 3. Water. That's a call I don't need to take. 3. Bubble 1, 2. This one then. Yeah, that one is a bit off. That's because I've drawn 2 centers, I think. Yeah. Which one is that? Bubble? Still off. It's a little bit better. I'll look at it again. Like, some of them don't have bubbles in the center, but they're still like smaller center rings. All right. Blue-gray purplish color. Blue. Brown. That is not enough brown. It doesn't look a dartboard, yeah. Like I was foreshortening them too much to start, and then I stopped foreshortening them. And so some of them kind of got stuck in that in-between. Have some dried paint in this. We do not want chunks of ultramarine blue in that. I think that's too dark. I also think it's too blue, so we're gonna add more zinc white and more umber. Still too blue. All right, new color. That looks pretty purple. Too dark still. Zinc white has a low tinting strength, which means that it does not lighten a color easy. Whereas like if you add just a touch of black paint, it will go very quickly into dark colors. Zinc white does not do that. It takes a lot of zinc white to get it where you want it to go. So normally you start with the zinc and add the darker color to it, but I'm just trying to get myself in the ballpark. And I do have a lot of ripples to paint. How do I feel about this? I think it's too dark. More zinc. And I need to clean off a little bit of this palette. Okay. I think I'm at a good starting color. It will need more zinc as I get lighter and lighter. And I do want to put a touch more blue in it, I think. Just a tiny little bit. I think it was too much of gray. All right, unless it's too dark, which I don't think it is, we have our first ripple color, which is going to be this one. That looks so gray out there. Okay, I think we're going to make it browner actually. And then as we get to the highlight, that will get more blue. See, like I said, this is the make or break part of this painting. This is either going to go great and I'm going to love it, or it's going to go terrible. Okay. Vaguely ominous painting music. I mean, that's what's going on in my head right now. And we're back to a purple color. Okay, let's do this. You can go away. Don't need you right now. You can't leave. I might need you. This sucks sometimes, because like, iPad. I will have to just be on my lap. So I'm starting with this brush, and I'm going to start to fill in all of this. And I want this closer. The iPad. What if I move this paint to here? This will work. Another piece of wood. I would have to nail it to the easel. It's not going to really work. Drop of slow dry. Or two. A little bit of glazing liquid in case I need that. Then we're going to get started on this. I'm going to give it a visual once over before I start adding any paint. See if anywhere stands out to me. Alright, here goes nothing. I'll start up here. What number is that? I think that's a number that can wait. At the very least, it's a number that can leave a voicemail. Good vibes, Blueberry. One thing I'm going to have to do is after I have all of this blocked in, I'll erase all of the chalk so I can see what I'm looking at. Like, what needs filled in? How is it looking? Kind of feeling like I should maybe fill in the bubbles. I don't know. It's not like it's gonna hurt them, because I need to paint them anyway. I am starting to think this color is too dark. You can't tell I'm painting it. Not on camera.
Hey, I got something to say.
What?
What's the difference between a paw and a hand?
Is this a riddle?
No, it's not a
Is it
riddle.
a real question?
It's a real question I was
Okay.
thinking about. What's the difference between a paw and a hand? Now, to me, I think the difference would be a hand
Okay, I'm painting.
has an opposable thumb.
Uh-huh.
And by that association, monkeys should have hands. So why do they call it the monkey's paw?
Maybe because that was written before that definition was made.
All right, anyway, I spent my entire 40-minute shower thinking about this.
Okay.
All right, bye.
When you're done, like,
Yeah.
finishing getting ready and whatever, can
Yeah.
you go fill up my pink water bottle downstairs?
Yeah.
It's on the counter.
You thirsty?
I am.
You want a little snack with it?
No, I had juice already.
Okay.
What is this? What did I draw here? You must just be like a random stray pencil mark? I don't know. All that water for shower thoughts. Is that why our bill's been so high lately? There was a chunk of paint. No, you can't stay there. You need to leave. I'm still nervous about this. We're not at the point where I'm like, it's all coming together. It's like, we'll see. I don't hate it. I just don't know yet. I am glad I switched to New Brush because New Brush is sharp and lets me do some nice sharp lines. I swear, the neighbor is like always doing lawn care on Friday morning. It's like without fail almost. It feels really frequent for lawn care. Well, it's hot. The grass is growing like crazy. Ours gets done once a week. Thursday is our day, though. Downstairs on the counter. Hi, Twinkle Twinkle. See the ripples?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
They make me want to eat ruffles.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sign.
Okay.
It means you're nailing the ripples.
Yeah. Okay, that's the base layer for all of that. So first I'm going to cut a piece of this plastic to cover up this color. And then we're going to take a little second to sit. I can also probably show this a little bit better. Do you see it? We're just starting to fill it in a little bit. We're going to bring more highlights to it and more We're gonna at least do one more layer today. But I desperately needed this water. I'd also like for this layer to dry so I can erase all the chalk. Whew, much better. My muscle back here lately has been hurting. And then my neck hurt yesterday. But that seems to be gone. I think I know what that was. That was not like a strain, that was like a side effect of allergy shot. Whew. Well, this up here is done. So I need a towel. Yeah, this is giving me a much better idea of what I'm looking at. Down here it starts to get too wet for me to do this though. And I really want to erase here, that's the problem. So what I think I should do is I think I should start doing my second layer. And once I get here, then like erase this chalk and then do that part second layer. And what I also need to do is I need to consider the photograph reference image I took more. Because right now I'm just going by my head and the vibes. And I do need to look at it because this is a realist painting. This is not a impressionist painting. So I need to have a little bit more than just like these concentric rings. So I need to look at the photograph. Not just like, be like ripples, circles. Have I gone past the threshold on last round? Every time I get one, it's more. So it's always building up. And then once I hit a certain amount, which I'm getting there, then I stay at that for a while. And then after that, then I'm done. They told me I'd be to that definitely by the end of the year. It's looking more like water though. Which is good. That didn't need caps, but it's fine. Well, thank you, Lunar. I don't like this one, but there's also a lot of chalk in it right now. Kind of debating if I want to do another layer, if I want to step away. Kind of thinking I should consider stepping away. Because I got stuff to do. And it would let this dry so I can really erase the chalk and see it next. That might be what I think I should do. Because this is, like I said, the part that's make or break for the painting. And if I mess this up, then there's not really any coming back from it. So I think that's what I should do. Hey, Steven. Are you in your office? Steven? Are you in your office? Come here. Did he get back into the shower? I need art opinion.
Well, as it turns out, I am an artist.
So I did this so far,
Uh-huh.
and this is mostly based on vibes. It's
Yes.
like ripples, rings, you know?
Sure.
And I need to erase the chalk so I can actually see what I'm looking at, which I've done up here only.
Okay.
I'm not done with up here only. This is just my first little layer, right? So I'm thinking it's one, and I have stuff to do today. And this is the make or break point of the painting where if I rush it and mess it up, it will be bad. So I'm thinking of stepping away and just, what do you think? Do you think it's looking good? I'm nervous about this part.
I think you have reason to be nervous about this part.
Yeah.
How many ripples have you painted before?
The Red Dead 2 painting had some, but they were smaller.
This is like a focal.
It is a focal thing, which is why I'm nervous.
Yeah.
And given everything else that I have to do today,
Yeah. As far as how it's looking, it's hard to say exactly. You said you've erased the chalk at the top.
yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to render that.
But this was like my first layer to get the main concentric rings out. So like, there's going to be like more like reflections in here that aren't so ring shaped, but I need to erase the chalk, and I'm gonna keep building towards lighter reflections.
I understand. I think no matter what, and I have more things to say, but I think that you should stop for today.
Okay.
Definitely should stop for today. And I've got some thoughts about some things.
Okay.
I can tell you off camera. I know you can handle criticism.
Oh, I know.
I know, but I don't want the grandkids to hear the criticism.
Oh. All right. Let's wrap up for today then. So we're gonna start by doing this. I'll see you after class. Things that are coming up tonight. We're playing Odyssey on Steven's channel. I'm excited to get back to Odyssey.
Same.
He's about to tell you it sucks. No. I have enough inner strength and worth to know it doesn't suck.
It definitely does not suck.
Yeah. I know exactly where he's talking about too. He's going to point out one thing.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait because
Can't wait.
this happens a lot. This happens a lot where I see something immediately and then Mal's like, and you were going to say that.
I know exactly where it is, and I know exactly that it's going to get changed.
Okay.
So, because as I build the highlights, it's like a progress thing, so we're going to talk about that. I'm painting Monday morning, for sure. Is Tom streaming? Yeah, we will be rating Tom if he's live. I really can't paint this weekend, but I'm gonna paint Monday. What's Tuesday looking like? Oh, I could paint Tuesday in the day if I have to. So we'll see how Monday goes. There is a possibility I could finish this Monday. If not, I'm gonna paint Tuesday. Sound good?
Are you comfortable telling me what you think the issue is?
Right in here. Am I right?
I mean, essentially, yes.
Yeah. It's this huge ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. As I start to build up these other ones, there's other highlights in here. And like, you don't see this outer ring because of these rings. This one's fading. These ones are newer, so they're going to be brighter.
Yeah, I think there's some overlap in what we were thinking, but I do have a slightly different thought. But
Okay.
there's overlap for sure.
Okay. Sappy Bee. Nailed it! Because it's the part that's bothering me, but I know the vision of it, and he doesn't know that vision. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Monday stream for this. Monday night could be an art stream.
I mean, if it has to be.
Yeah. So no idea what's happening Monday yet, but there will be a stream for sure. And then if I have to go live Tuesday after breakfast stream sometime, then I can. He's colorblind to the vision. All right, is Tom live? My phone locked.
I appreciate you trusting me with your.
Oh, I do trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's playing Ocarina of Time.
One of the things that you learn in art school is like, even if you aren't the one doing the thing, you have to learn how to see the thing and talk about
Oh, I know
the
you
thing.
do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't paint, but I can sure as hell critique a painting.
All right. I do like iPad razor blades. But look, how can we word that better? What happened, Steven?
Yeah, I was about to be
Is
like,
I said
why?
this, and it did this.
Oh God.
Yeah.
New from Apple, the Danger Pad.
We could go with Danger Pad.
Danger Pad?
Danger iPad?
Danger Pad.
All right. We're going to go raid Tom and say iPad razor is a better way to say
Do
that.
iPad Razor because
Yeah.
it is both of the things that are so scary.
Yeah. Let's
Sorry,
do that.
insinuates the iPad is scary.
Oh, it's terrifying, isn't it?
It's horrifying. Yeah, do iPad Razor. I like that.
All right. Go tell Tom that. I hope you all have a good Friday.
The iRazor.
I have
the
stuff to deal with,
iBlade.
and I will see you all tonight for Odyssey and Monday for painting. Have a good afternoon.
Super excited about Mario. Is he ending? How
I don't
is it-
know.
How long has he been live?
9 minutes?
Oh, no, he's not ending.
In a second, will you click for me and will you go reload that for me? What does he have pulled up?
I cannot see what I'm doing, Mallory. Where is it?
Right more. Up there. No, I did not cut myself. There is no blood today.
Today.
I don't think I normally cut myself.
It would be
It's
hard
like
to-
not regular
it'd
thing
be
I do.
Pretty hard to do with what
When
you do.
when I have 6 razor blades around me. All right. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Will you click for me? And I will see you all tonight. Have a good afternoon.